Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. Yes, we're looking at another game that has been ripped apart and put back together. Yes, this is Knightmare, originally released on the MSX. Now, this is not Knightmare as in my opening title tune or the BBC show. No, CITV show. I stand corrected. I correct myself. Yes, this is a nice little game in the sort of ilk of Commando, if you like. With this rather cutesy little knight fellow that wanders up and down the screen, tackling all the bad guys by throwing stuff at them. Yes, indeed. I quite like this though, and the thing is, it's not one of those games where you can sort of take a break either. You've got to keep on going because the screen forces you to. It's one of those games. So if you're not a fan of this kind of game, you're not going to enjoy this, I don't think. But you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. Bring you as much footage as I can, and you know, technically we'll play together because why not? You know, the weather. I tell you what. Talking of weather. I don't even think I said anything about the weather, but never mind. You know what? The weather outside is frightful. And I know Christmas has gone. I know. But it is. It's bloody cold outside. We've had, like, I don't know, 4-degree weather out there, which sounds really stupid. Sounds really mild. I know a lot of you guys in the sort of Scandinavian regions are probably laughing your backsides off at us, but do you know what? Our air is much colder. Even though you guys have like minus whatever, we've had visitors from Sweden come over here and say, bloody hell, your country's cold. So there you go. Yeah, at 3 degrees. So there you go. Anyway, this is one of those nice little games that you can play to keep yourself warm and entertained throughout the whole thing. So yeah, he's a cool little knight, and I don't know how the titular knight in the Knightmare, I guess. Anyway, the idea is to get from one end of the screen right to the end, and I assume there's going to be a boss to fight. I don't know. I've never played the MSX version, but I think I'm going to have a look at it now based on this, because this is actually quite nice. Now, this is on the Commodore Amiga, folks. So basically it's been deconstructed and re-put together so it's all working. And I'm telling you what, the Amiga is going to get a lot of love this year. I've just literally read up that there's going to be I think they're working on a new version of Final Fight, which is going to be so much nicer. Yes, because now we know that the hardware can actually handle, you know, like the actual arcade game, for example. I do believe that that's being worked on, and we may see that appear this year, which would be great. They did a tech demo for Street Fighter 2 as well, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So it makes me wonder, maybe will we actually see me die just like that because I'm not paying attention? Yeah, so it makes me wonder, are we going to actually see Street Fighter 2 on the Amiga the way it should have been? I really hope so, but Final Fight's definitely on its way, so that's something to look forward to. It's probably not going to be until the latter part of the year, but, you know, again, something to look forward to. So there you go. I will report back on the news on that as and when, but yes, let's get stuck into this one, shall we? So graphically, it's quite nice, isn't it? It's, you know, full screen. It makes full use of that. Some great shadowing there with the bad guys. Now you get these power orbs that you can shoot, and you can change which power you get from them. So that is more arrows, which I believe is just basically going to increase the rate in which I fire them. This has got a really nice auto fire option. You don't even need to activate it. It's in the options. You can turn it off if you want to. But you can just hold your fire button down if you so wish, so you don't even have to worry about doing anything else. Now, the more waves that you defeat, the higher your multiplier goes for the scores. If you only defeat certain waves or certain enemies from the waves, you don't get your full bonuses, but if you defeat all of them in one go, then you get a time bonus, or a squad bonus, as it were. This game looks really nice, and it scrolls at just the right pace. So I'm going to bring you as much as I can. If I waste all my lives, I will restart it and we'll do it again. Unless this continues, of course, which case we'll do that. Oh, got shield now. Cool. Okay. I don't know if that is automatic or whether I've got to press anything, but we'll come on to controls in just a moment. Now the screen can get quite busy, as you can see here, but let's have a look at the UI while we've got a chance. So in the bottom left you've got your score, and then you've got your lives, and I think that's my shield strength next to that, and then I don't know what the next one along is. No. So we'll just keep an eye on things and just see if things change, because I'm not really sure what that bottom right one is. Yeah. So yeah, you can shoot those orbs and they will give you different abilities. So that's quite nice. There's a couple of different orbs as well you can get. There's one that you can get invisibility, and there's one that you can just run around the screen. You can't fire anything, but you can just absolutely maim everything in your path by running into them. This looks... Oh, we have a boss fight, and it actually says boss. It doesn't have a name. It's just boss. Whoa, way, okay, those clouds don't look friendly. Alright, so it looks like you've got to try and smack a square in the chops. That's not nice with those clouds. That's a little extra that I didn't need at this point, but that's fine. The boss is... Oh, I've just died. The boss's health bar right in the top middle of your screens. So, yeah, I think you just got to like basically lather it in the face with whatever weapon you've got at the time. I'm going to say some of the weapons are a little bit, well, poo, to put a polite word on it. Yeah, it's, like, the arrows are okay. I think there's swords as well, which, if it's anything like Ghosts and Goblins, they're going to be quite quick to throw around. But you saw the three-way shots. They weren't exactly great, because you can only fire one set at a time. So those are a little bit sort of meh. I'd kind of like steer away from them like you would with the fire weapon from Ghosts and Goblins. It's about the same kind of... it's got the same sort of effect. It's not brilliant, but at the same time, you know, it's better than nothing. But if you can avoid that one, I would. I like the fact there's a change of scenery now. Now we've got bats attacking us, and it's very much Flying Shark meets Commando, isn't it, really? But there's nothing wrong with that, because both are great games. These blobs are quite... I love the way they sort of wobble down the screen. That is quite cool. And I like the fact we've got a change of pace. We've got new music in this level as well, which is excellent. We'll come to that again in a minute. Sound and music will be covered shortly. So yeah, now I'm invisible. I think P just gives you points, by the way. Oh, look at these flying dudes. They're quite cool. Yeah, the P that floats down the... That really sounds horrible. The P that floats down the screen. No. I think that just gives you points, but you can shoot that to turn it into different things. So here we are. Oh, good. We're not on the bottom. That makes a change. Let's continue. Let's see how far we can get. But yeah, the control system is nice. Left, right, up, down, fire. That's it. No, nothing to worry about. No secret hidden agenda file controls. Pardon me. Blimey, my cup of tea's just come out repeated on me there. Do apologise for that, folks. That was really unprofessional. But yeah, it's well, it's no script. Yeah, burp at will. Yes, wherever he is. But yeah, it's a really nice game, and I think if you played the MSX original and you enjoyed that, then you are going to love this one, which is always a good thing. As I say, it's pretty much been deconstructed, so they've had to, you know, rip it apart and put it back together so it runs on the Amiga for a start. And a very fine job they seem to have done of it as well. Like I said, I've not played the MSX version, so if you have, then let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, because I can't really compare at this point, not until I've played the MSX version anyway. So I will put that on my agenda. But we also have some other good games. It's just, I tell you what, 2022, and we're practically halfway through January already. And do you know what? The retro game scene seems to have just imploded. We've got lots of new stuff coming. We've got games galore. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't cover from last year. Oh, it's just, we have a lot to cover. And we've still got all the classics that we know and love and have grown up with. So we've still got a hell of a lot to bring to the channel. This is just cool. Anything new that comes out, I'm going to try and grab it on day one, and then we'll be able to have a look at it. I'm still taking requests for games, by the way, if you've got a game. Would you like to see any Amiga demos, by the way? Because the Amiga demo scene was quite big. And if you've got any, like, if if you remember Jesus on Ease, that was quite a good one. Now that would be quite a long video and it wouldn't be a review, it would probably just be literally the demo playing and then maybe a bit of talky afterwards, but certainly not through it, because demos deserve a little bit more respect than that. You can't really review a demo either, can you? But yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know, because I can bring that in as a separate feature. It doesn't have to be a review, but we can have a look at that. You can see here now I am kind of invulnerable, but I can still attack things by running into them. I can't do anything with the question marks. Can't do anything with those at all. So there's no interaction there. But now look at this. I can now chuck double swords. This works quite nicely. There are hidden tiles around, as you can see them appearing there, as I strike the environment with my mighty weapons. And it goes quite well. The sound and the music as well is really nice in this game. They've done a good job with that, and all in all, it's a pretty good game. I mean, it's quite. It does seem a bit slow, but then when the enemies are absolutely pounding you through the level, you kind of realise it has to be this pace, because the speed from the enemies and the attacks from them make up for the lack of speed of the scrolling of the screen. Now, as I said, I haven't played the original, so I don't know whether this was a thing in the original game as well. I'm going to guess that it is, because why would they remake it and make it slower than the original? But look at the frenzy on the screen right now. It's just gets absolutely bat crap crazy. So yeah, and also you get this little timer as well, so you know when your abilities are going to expire as well. So that's quite nice. The freezing the screen one is a bit of an odd one, because it gives you a bit too much time, I think, on the screen at one time to clear or whatever. And if there's nothing on the screen and you hit it, then you've got to wait for a few seconds while it clears. This is getting really stupidly hard, and I'm on level 2. So yeah, okay, we're at the bottom of the score now. So what we'll do is I'm going to have another go from the start, I think. But we'll continue with the review, obviously. So, playability-wise, it's immediately pick up and play, which is great. And the replay value is there as well. You're going to want to come back and play this and try and beat the game. It is one of those games that's probably going to drive you absolutely nuts. But it's a great game. So, you've got everything there. Age group, any really, because it's kind of, well, I wouldn't say it's engineered at young players, but the cutesy graphics of the main character and just the playability factor is going to hopefully draw in the young players. They might get a bit frustrated coming into it a bit later on due to the difficulty, as you've just seen the amount of enemies on screen at once. And you know what? No slowdown. That's really impressive as well. So all in all, this is a great little game, a nice little scroller, which I think you will enjoy. Hello to all of my new subscribers. Great to have you along. We're ploughing towards that 1,000 subscriber mark. If you can help me out at all, then please do. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All of these things help the channel grow. So thank you ever so much for those guys that actually do that. Great to see you guys. And also my existing subscribers, hello to you. Any developers that come onto the channel and check out the games that they have made and enjoy my reviews, thank you ever so much for that as well. That is massive. There's nothing that makes me happier than seeing a developer coming on to a review that I've done, and they are, they're very gracious about it, and I like that. So it's very humbling. It's nice that my channel's been recognised enough for them to pop along and see what I've been doing. So that's really nice. So cheers for that. Really appreciate it. And if you would like to try and help me out from a financial situation, then we also have a Patreon. So go and check that out in the description. That is there, and we have multiple levels. Well, I have multiple levels. There's no we, it's just me and my retro community. So there you go. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. I will be back incredibly soon with a brand new review for you. Hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, check out the link in the comments. I will make sure that this is available for you to go and check out. It is free to download, so go and do that, but you can name your own price, so please do that and support the developers. And until next time, my friends, you keep it retro, and as per normal, it's bye for now. I'll check you next time. Ta-da!